All right, welcome Falcons fans. I just want to first say that this is a car talk. This is unedited. Everything. I haven't really done any type of voiceover work or anything like that, so it may sound really groggy or trash. Sorry. But what we can really get into is the first round for Atlanta Falcons 2019 draft. We had traded up to get Caleb McGarry. Of course, at number 14, we took Chris Lindstrom. Both of those guys were a surprise to most of all of us. I can't really say that anyone really expected that. I don't think even the experts expected that. I'm just going to really go over just brief things. I haven't really fully watched anything on these guys. This is really, again, just a car talk, just like the common fan talk, really. It's not anything like depth and analysis. For that, I recommend Mad Mike, or even think it's Underground. Let me check that. Mad Mike Sports is really good. And Unintentional Grounding. Sorry about that. Unintentional Grounding, Mad Mike Sports. Those guys are really great, breaking down things. I'm just giving you a fan's observation and conversation kind of the picks. Chris Lindstrom with the number 14 pick. That was a surprise. That was a surprise to most all of us. But it was a position of need that most of us knew that we needed. From what I'm gathering, he was listed as the best guard in the draft. I mean, we can't really be upset with that, you know. Again, I'm researching and finding out that we have actually had pretty, as far as statistically, we were the number 27th ranked rushing team. That is terrible. Why not get the best guard in the draft to help you out, who's flexible, who I've actually been reading that he can work on as a tackle as well. You can call that an A-. I wouldn't say I would kind of say an A+ just because of the need. And I really wasn't. I mean, it's just watching Jonah Williams get bowled over by Cleveland Farrell. I was kind of skeptical on him. Jawan Taylor's health issues. Cody Ford and that spread offense that with no defenders known to man in the Big 12 or the Big 12. Like, do I really want to trust? You know. So looking at all that, I'm like, well, well, if Jonah Williams is gone. Christian Wilkins was gone. I really felt like a lot of the people picking in front of us was just trying to one-up us, take our players. But anyways, it's like Miami. Do they need Christian Wilkins? No, they don't need them. They need a quarterback. Anyways, so I thought that was the pick. But, I mean, you can't really say that was a bad pick. That was just an unexpected pick. And, a lot of fans are talking about Greedy Williams. Greedy Williams is good. He's a great, like a cornerback. He's not really overly athletic. You can't put him in multiple positions. He's long and fast, and that's it. I mean, that's great. Has decent fluid hips, but it's not really anything that just pops up. If you let a guy that darn near ran a 4.6 outperform you and win the Jim Thorpe Award and DeAndre Baker, I don't want you on my team. And then I think a lot of the players from LSU, a lot of the cornerbacks, are just getting laxed. They're just kind of riding on the DBU moniker. And with Jalen Collins came through Atlanta. After that, he played well that year. That Desmond Trufant was injured, but I don't know. I'm just turned off by LSU DBs. Mostly the cornerbacks. I'm just maybe the safeties, but I don't want them. I don't want them in my first round unless they're generational. I mean, Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, like high character. These guys are just a terror to defenders. Greedy Williams was nobody's terror. I mean, he played well against a rusty DK Metcalf. Okay. Well, DeAndre Baker hasn't allowed a touchdown in 2 years. You should be talking about that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is a monster. So, if we're talking about a cornerback, that's who I would have wanted, DeAndre Baker, or that Murphy kid from Washington, Or even surprise everyone and go with Nazir Adderley. That dude is a monster. Screw playing in the FCS. Nazir Adderley will be the steal of the draft. That dude has first-round talent. He just didn't come from a first-round talented school. That is the only reason he fell in the draft. He is a beast. Period. I haven't heard of him having any health issues. He had like a nicked ankle. Whatever. Again, comes from a small school. He has a good size on him. His NFL comp is Earl Thomas. I haven't heard him having any disciplinary issues. This guy is a monster. That's who I would have wanted with that trade up. I'll go back to the Chris Lindstrom. Fantastic pick. Period. It wasn't sexy. Nobody's gonna grade it an A+ because he wasn't whatever. Who are you gonna pick? Nick Bosa with the 14th pick? There's impossible. You're sitting right in the middle. To me, that's darn near an A+ pick, or just a solid A pick, because you got the best guy for your team. You're protecting Matt Ryan, who's aging. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that. The whole time. If you guys look at probably some comments in my mock draft 2.0 that I made, I was talking with the commenter, and I said I'm thinking we're going to trade up in the first round. I was thinking that the whole time. I'm like, we got to trade up in the first round, and we did, and I was ridiculously excited. First, I'm excited for DeAndre Baker getting drafted. New York Giants, that was great. He goes with some other Bulldogs, Lorenzo Carter, Alec Ogletree, beautiful. I love that. But it was really awesome to see that the Falcons traded back up, and boom, Caleb McGarry. I'm like, all right. Who is this guy? Nobody knows who this guy is. And apparently, just checking out his draft profile, the biggest knock on him was, in my opinion, well, not in my opinion, but his short arms, which I'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, just looking at his player bio, I mean, this guy only played 3 years on the offensive line. That in high school he played defense and tight end. He's played 3 years as an offensive lineman. I mean, come on, that's for this guy to win all Pac-12 honors 2 years in a row. Oh, come on, man. Like, that's, as a sophomore, he earned first team all Pac-12 honors on the right side as 13-game starter. And in 2017, he was again a first team all conference performer at right tackle as a senior, starting all 14 games. I'm guessing, so it really wasn't 2 years in a row since sophomore and the senior. I guess he got beat out by someone his junior year. I don't know. I don't really. The biggest thing that scares me with him is not the short arms. It's not the anything. It's the diagnosed with the heart problem. I don't know what that is. I have to, I guess, look that up. But that's I'm like, is that an issue or something? I don't know. But this guy, he seems to excel very well in the run blocking game. He seems to be, and he was projected actually as a first or second rounder. Yeah. By CBS Sports. Yeah. So he's playing for a big time school. He's not coming from a little, rinky dink school. He has decent size. His arms are short, but that's not a problem in my opinion, as long as he can grow. This guy will grow because he's only played 3 years as an offensive lineman. You have no choice but to grow. I mean, he has no choice. I mean, unless he has the attitude of Vic Beasley, who just, I don't know. Well, no one really, he's an enigma sometimes. It's like, not to pick on him. I mean, I'm kind of an introvert myself, but it's just like he's hard to figure out sometimes. I'm like, is this guy, he's gigantic. He's swole. It's like he doesn't really put it, I don't know what it is. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. I just don't know what it is. That's maybe he doesn't care as much. I don't know. But if this guy has a ridiculous mental and physical work ethic and takes to coaching well, oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. This dude, So I was looking at an article talking about short-armed tackles or offensive linemen in the league. And the list is Joe Thomas, Joe Staley, Jake Matthews, Jason Peters, La'el Collins, and two other names, Ryan something and Riley Reif. I don't know. Though, I mean, come on. At least Joe Thomas, Joe Staley, Jake Matthews, and Jason Peters and La'el Collins, those guys are solid. Those guys, I mean, one of them is probably a Hall of Famer. Joe Thomas. Jason Peters is probably a Hall of Famer, too. Jake Matthews comes from a lineage of his father is I believe, a Hall of Famer. He has brother and he has family of NFL players. I mean, come on. The short arm thing, you know, you got to put it all together. You know, you got to put it all together, man. I mean, again, yes, he was going to fall a little bit. He almost fell out of the first round. Crap, DeAndre Baker almost fell out of the first round. And don't get me started at all the talent that fell out of the first round. A lot of big-time talent fell out of the first round, so that's fine. My thing is, like, don't overreact because we gave up. We gave up a second round and a third round for this guy. How else do you think a trade works? The team's not going to be like, oh, let me just not have anything. I'm just not going to have a first round pick. I'm okay with just having a third. No, that's not business smart. You're going to swap. You're going to trade something. So you're going to trade your first. The Rams traded their first for the Falcons' second. And then you're going to get something up. So they gave up a third. Understandable. You're moving into the first. Yeah, you're going to give up a third. Okay? Makes sense. You can't give up a fourth because that's not worth trading into the first round. A third makes sense. But also the Falcons got a sixth. Something else that they can try to shop around a little bit. That works. That works a lot. I mean, imagine them trading back up into the third round or even the second, which this is what I expect. Imagine the Falcons trading into the second round, mid-second round for, like, let's say Nazir Adderley or someone. I mean, you know, someone, or third round for like a pass rusher or a defensive tackle. We're obviously not going to line, you know, someone like that. That is incredible. You know, they can use a sixth, a fourth, or they can use like a fourth, or I would say like a fifth, a sixth, and a next year's third or something to get back into like the second round to get someone ridiculous. I mean, who knows? We had 9 picks, man. We have a lot of picks. So that doesn't bother me. Trading into and when I'm looking at this on CBS, and seeing that this guy was a projected first or second round pick, mind you, I also go to CBS and see players that I believe are first rounders projected in the third round. And I'm just like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So they're, you know, that's their opinion, but it's still a reputable source. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me. So, you know, that's fine. I don't know who this guy is, and the tape that Falcons uploaded to their Instagram looks bad. It doesn't, like, first glance, you're like, what is this guy? But then again, you look at his accolades. You know, he's an all-conference player twice, 3 years experience on the O-line. He was a defensive lineman and a tight end. You see the grit that he had to go through with his family. That's a Falcons term, grit. But yeah, so you see like how much he had to go through with his family, and then the heart condition, and you're like, this guy is a warrior. You know, he's a warrior, man. And it is called an irregular heartbeat, which is very common. Either the heart beats too slow or too fast. How serious is this? It says many hearts, I don't know how to pronounce this, arrhythmias are harmless. However, if they are particularly abnormal or result from a weak or damaged heart, can cause serious and even potential fatal symptoms. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy he doesn't have this crazy heart issue. You know, so, man, God bless this dude, man. God bless the Falcons. God bless Chris Lindstrom. I mean, these guys are coming in, and they are ready to get it done. Dude, we can't get past the fact that we had the 27th ranked rushing attack. Matt Ryan got sacked 42 times. You know, that's dreadful. You know what I'm saying? I read a comment on YouTube saying that the play action pass is back, baby. Yeah. You're darn right the play action passes back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, we got this, man. It makes us less one-dimensional. Matt Ryan has to force downfield. And we know that Matt Ryan's biggest weakness is the deep ball. That's no shame on him. It's just that's his biggest weakness. Everyone has a weakness. That's his biggest. The deep ball is just, Julio has to make these athletic, crazy catches, or it's underthrown. If he can do the short and intermediate, like Mad Mike said, shout out to him, man, that works. It's like, yes. This is going to be, first of all, we're going to have some crazy competition on that line, but it's going to work out for the best. Even if someone has to wait and develop a little more, we should feel better because they have to wait and develop, and then they will take over. That means they have improved, which gives you some type of security in knowing, wow, this player improved within the year. They're going to improve the next year. And I'm thinking that player is going to be McGarry. He's not going to be terrible, but he's going to need some improvement, of course, and he will improve because this guy's a fire, because this guy has all conference honors twice. This guy is going to be great. I want him to be this is what I expect. So you're a first round pick. You're going to have some high expectations. I want you to be a top 5 or like 8 or something, but top 5 run blocker. And I need him to be a top 15 pass blocker. At the very least, to me, I would be satisfied. For Chris Lindstrom, that guy needs to be a Pro Bowler from year 2. If he can be a Pro Bowler year 1, whoa, that's on some Zach Martin stuff. But this guy needs to be a Pro Bowler year 2 or year 3, period. Not a supplement like he just comes in because someone, no. I need him to be. That is what I need him to be. Keep Matt Ryan upright. I do believe we're going to trade up into the 3rd round, more so than the 2nd, because the 2nd is a little steep. I believe we'll trade into the 3rd round, trade a 4th and a 6th, and, maybe something else. Maybe, I would say a 4th and a 6th, and probably 4th and 2/6 to get back into the 3rd round. I'm okay with that because we have 2 4th-round picks. We have 2 6th rounds. Do that. Get back into that 3rd. You have 2 5th-round picks. You have a 4th, a 5th. That's it. We need to get back into the 3rd round because we trade a 4th and 2 6th. Now you have a 4th. Now you have 2 5ths, and now you have a 7th. Period. And then you can trade back into the 4th round by trading like a 5th, a 7th, and a 25th or 4th or something like that. Got to get back into that 4th round and get more talent. I feel good about this. I feel like we're going to make an appearance on day 2. And if we don't, then hey, my 2 mock drafts were already pretty wrong. But I do feel like that. I felt like we were going to trade into day 1 late. We did. I'm not disappointed. I didn't know who this guy was, but now, I'm not disappointed after reading up on him a little bit. Day 1 to me gets a B+. I would say a solid B at the very least, but I'm going to say I'm a B+ because the need, man. People just don't, these outsiders don't understand how bad we just have this frustration. Like, we know we can do this, and yet we're getting stopped, and we're seeing this top talent just wasted. And we're like, what is going on? Well, it's because we have a bunch of no-names on our O-line. God bless them, but we don't know who these guys are. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as a league-wide respected talent, we don't know who these guys are. We know them because they play on our team, but we're like, your name can't stack up to anybody else. We're taking people from this team and this team, no more. We are absolutely going to be back. We're going to have names on that offensive line. Alex Mack and Jake Matthews will be great mentors for these guys. It's going to be lit. Yeah, it's going to be lit. Our offense is going to be back. Okay, we're not going to be averaging no 22 points a game. We're going to be averaging, in my opinion, 29, 30 points a game. Period. That's going to be our average. And these offensive linemen, these guys are just gritty and get down to business. And don't ask for any pats on the backs. Those guys right there, man, those guys will make it happen. So Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry, great picks. The McGarry one raises some eyebrows. Whatever. Because of the talent left on the board, in my opinion, there's no one we should look at besides Nazir Adderley, some defensive lineman, some edge, or someone of that sort, and a running back. So, I mean, let me go through my remaining needs, I guess, real quick. I would say hit a defensive end or defensive tackle. Either one, pass rusher, edge, it doesn't matter. Hit the line somehow. Get us a linebacker. Get us a cornerback. Get us a running back. And we can get a tight end. I like C.J. Conrad. So far, out of my picks, if we can get Chase Winovich, great. Nazir Adderley, great. Lamont Gilliard's out the window. Chris Boyd as a cornerback, whoo, great. That boy's good. Michael Jordan's out the window. Zach Allen, yes. As a defensive end, yes. Chris Boyd, I already said that. I'm sorry. L.J. Scott as a running back. The guy out of Stanford, or is it Stanford? I forgot wherever he's from. We need another running back somewhere. C.J. Conrad as a tight end, I like him out of Kentucky. A wide receiver, late, if we can get Lil Jordan Humphrey. I like him. I like Nicole Hartman. I like Lil Jordan Humphrey. If a dude like Andy Isabella somehow falls to us, yeah, hip hip hooray, but I doubt it. But that will be great, man. So if we can get any of those needs, linebacker, outside or inside linebacker, running back, sorry, voice squeak there. Running back, cornerback, of course, DB of some sort, hybrid. In a defensive end, defensive tackle, something like that, we're good. We're building depth. If we can get some starters out of that, that'd be great. But we are building solid depth, man. That's going to make us run deep. We're going to have a deep run. I'm hesitant to say this is our year, but we're going to have a deep run. And just hold on to your hats, because this is about to be a great ride. This is High Life signing out. Rest in peace, baby Kai. Thank you guys for listening. Rise up and God bless.